Now recording. Good evening, YB gang.
The shadow government.
True, but also false.
We love casting spells.
I heard some guy yelling out in the streets.
I did hear that too.
Oh, you heard that, right?
What is he upset about?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna look. Alright. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I just see the little artifacts on my screen. Uh,
What, do you have it like an OBS?
huh?
The ones you have in OBS?
Yeah. I'll stream you OBS so you can see what I'm seeing and not have to go onto the YB gang. But it's like with all of them, something else is added, you know? Like, they said Among Us at one point and you refused to say it, so there's the sussy imposter.
Little Caesars taste so good when you ain't got a bitch in your ear telling you it's nasty.
Oh yeah, that guy's awesome. But of
That is
course,
true.
Maria was being Gold Roger, so I had to add in he laughed. Uh,
My own video.
oh yeah.
That one is real.
No, this is the best post I've made. But I had to scoot it to the side because only "What are you watching" was visible when Umineko was up.
Uh,
Because if you notice the window capture, well, you can't see it right now, but it's like this big. If you can see my mouse.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So let me get it booted up actually. So we can get a sense of scale. Yeah, there it goes.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, and then of course behind all these things, I also had like the other ones. So what's it called? Like yeah, back here's Moku, and then back here's the Jessicas, and then back here's Trigon, and behind that is the I just like how because of how OBS works, I can literally just stack these things infinitely, you know.
Really?
Yeah, and it just adds to it. And then of course in the back, I did cheat a little bit because oh yeah, there's a bunch of Umineko streams stacked on top of each other. So literally, there's like I there's nothing I can do about these, right?
But
Uh,
why?
uh, that's just a funny little thing, right? You don't have to worry about that, but yeah, then like the actual background itself is kind of cheating because I just got like one of my collages,
Uh,
but most of this stuff is actually individual. I think I gotta put something new in this corner though. Let me see. Oh, there's the bullet.
you already know what to put there.
Yeah. Wait. I'm just gonna put Maria there.
Oh, what? Why'd you do that?
What else do you want me to put there?
I sent it to you.
Oh, right. Wait. Oh, true. That's true. Okay. Okay. So let's put that there. And I mean, I do want to have that callback to last week, but I don't think we need it particularly. Let me see. I don't think it's necessary. We'll find something along the way.
I mean, the Sager thing is a call forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, well. Now we really do have a crowd in here. Like,
That's so true.
we can really get this show on the road.
So true.
How does it feel? Wise words.
What are you flipping through?
Like your mother's birth certificate.
What? You're flipping through it?
Yeah, it's a
Is it
lot.
not one page?
No.
Damn. A witch. A witch drawing a bizarre magic circle and offering human sacrifices.
Hey, before we begin, I've come in today with my anti-battler shoes.
Huh?
I am completely Beatrice pilled.
What?
And I think that Battler is incompetent.
How so?
You are incompetent.
No.
Okay. Then I'm Kinzo pilled.
Look, that's true.
I'm gonna go take a break. Give me an hour.
Huh?
Like Kinzo, he went for a walk.
You went for a walk? If I could accept that rubbish, I'd be able to trust all the people in this room. Oh, you think we already did this? I guess it cuts it to the beginning. However, damn common sense got in the way. It kept repeating that witches don't exist.
What's this guy talking about?
He's talking about how witches don't exist.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
In that case, the culprit must be like bwah, 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 bwah. In the middle of the seemingly endless rain, none of us could break the silence.
No one ever hears the silence. No one ever sees the tears when you're crying in the rain.
Do you remember the rain?
Hey Muhammad, lay down a sick beat.
Yo, is this shit in the gummy toothpaste?
Thanks.
Yep. No need to thank you
Ah.
for that.
The sound broke the screen.
My bad.
Boy, they skipped it so much.
They skipped like 3 hours or 2.
I think it's just a mirror and Muhammad looked at it, you know what I mean?
Oh, so true.
So you did a little bit of exhaling and I went blop. That's the kitchen.
Lunch ended and the servants removed the tableware and went to the kitchen.
I would have placed out more tableware.
Is this a game?
No, it's just a book.
No, it's a story.
The wind and rain neither weakened nor strengthened, and the
Oh.
island remained cut off from the outside world.
This sounds like Dr. Seuss.
Huh?
It's true.
Holy Dr. Seuss.
At first, it seemed as though Natsui planned to stop anyone from taking a step outside the room.
Yeah, she's armed and all.
But when it came time to prepare lunch, she finally realized this would be impossible.
No bread for sandwiches.
However, in order to avoid having anyone alone in the kitchen, she told the 3 servants to go together. Because of that, the servants were the first ones given the right to leave the stuffy parlor, which had been packed with 11 people. Since breakfast had immediately followed that terrible incident, preventing most of us from eating much, everyone tore into their lunches in silence.
Is this being recorded?
Yeah,
I just wasn't sure if there was a YB video or something.
Huh.
no, it is.
I only wash the dishes so you can rest a while. Can begin to sing. Do you want something to drink?
I don't need anything. Cannon.
That is not.
I don't need anything either.
You two must have been so busy and so early in the morning. It's no wonder you're all tuckered out.
The only noise was that of Kumasawa washing the dishes, which resounded throughout the kitchen. Genji and Cannon sat in some chairs a short distance away, their eyes lightly closed. They're sitting in the cup chair.
Oh, there we go. That's what I need to add.
You're gonna add the cup too? Nah. And add why he's so eepy? Damn it. What is he adding?
This may turn out to not be worth the effort.
Dustman,
Huh?
I need you to look in G. Like, don't worry, yeah, there it is.
Gotta have more. I gotta sneak one. Just one. Then I'm off the stuff for good.
That's what happens.
You white nationalist. This is Dustman.
Huh?
Oh no, you're Dominican, so you can't be a white
Yeah,
nationalist.
exactly.
You know what? Just become one. Become a Floridan man.
Just as Kumasawa had said, those two had probably built up a great deal of fatigue,
I don't think they did.
but that didn't mean they could let it show in front of their relatives. Avoiding that was one of their virtues. After the silence had continued for some time, Cannon opened his mouth and muttered, "Shannon. Why did she have to die in such a horrible way? Forget about the manner of her death. It was nothing more than bad luck." Ah, you're right. It was nothing more than bad luck.
Genji's such a smart guy. If it wasn't for him, this house would be in shambles.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, they both fell silent once again. Like it was just bad luck. Cannon's expression was filled with grief.
If I was Canon, I wouldn't be so sad.
He'd be smiling.
I'd be like, I am so happy.
I think she used up all the bad luck, so now it's just good luck for
exactly.
him.
Now everything's better.
Or
Look
is
at the
it?
bright side.
To think that Shannon-chan's actually dead. I still can't believe it.
Could you believe it?
Dustman, why aren't we
Horror
doing
thing,
that?
but not being able to see her again feels like a lie. That was calm.
Good to see.
I just wanted to see her smiling face one more time.
Oh, that was Kumasawa. I knew it
Oh,
would have been her.
Kumasawa
Don't worry,
spoke,
I'll
their
voice
back
it.
facing.
To think that Shannon Chan's actually dead. I still can't believe it. Poor thing. Not being able to see her again feels like a lie. I just wanted to see her smiling face one more time.
After all, Kumasawa hadn't seen Shannon's corpse. So she had no trouble mentioning Shannon's face. When Cannon heard those words, it reminded him again how only half of Shannon's face had been left, and his grieving expression twisted even further.
It's a good thing they prohibited Ben from seeing that. It would have been quite a ghastly image to have imprinted in his mind.
Why did Beatrice-sama do that to Shannon? If she wanted a sacrifice, there were plenty of others to choose from.
He's just mad. He wishes he had chosen like Ben or something.
I mean, wouldn't everybody?
Yeah.
Why? Why? It was nothing more than bad luck.
Dude, Genji's so smart.
If we were less lucky, you or I might have been laying out there instead of Shannon. Or it could have been someone else entirely. Everything is left to fate. Genji-sama. You said the door to Madame's room was stained with traces of something like blood, right? Finally someone's mentioning that.
Yeah, no, Ken is a genius. He realizes that it was supposed to be Natsuhi instead of Shannon.
The same substance that was painted on the shutter. Indeed. It was an unsettling mark. Almost as though someone with blood-stained fingers had been trying to pull out the doorknob. Now, scratch through the door. That sort of unpleasant mark. So does this mean Beatrice-sama came to visit Madame's room and tried to open the door, but couldn't? Genji thought back to the time he had seen those traces of blood on the door to Natsui's room, with the substance sticking to the door around the doorknob, and the marks of something scratching against the door. It had definitely appeared as though someone had tried to open the door but couldn't. How did the madam avoid being chosen as a sacrifice? If only she'd been chosen, Shannon wouldn't have had to die.
A reminder that this was all because of Jessica.
That's true. You think it's also because of Ben.
I thought it was. What did Ben have to do with it?
Oh, because Ben proposed to her and she's all like, "Oh, I have to run away now," and then she went to the mansion.
That's true. But it's also because of Maria.
That's true. Just then, a loud, sharp noise came in from the hall. Both of them turned around, surprised.
It's a sharp noise, so it was like shring. Like somebody pulled out a knife. It's Battler.
That's a pretty interesting chat you're having there.
The Battler's literally become
Yeah,
Rudolph at this point.
Battler, he's just barging in.
Yeah, he just goes around intruding in everybody's business. And
Natsu had a gun pointed on all of them. He just left to go to the kitchen anyway.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
based.
No, he's just the smartest guy in the room too. Like he's probably gonna start explaining his theories to them and getting them to vote for him.
Let me join in too.
This guy's awesome though.
Before any of the servants realized it, Badler was standing in the doorway to the kitchen. Badler-sama. How rude of us.
Yeah, I thought he was saying how rude of you.
Genji-san and Kennen-kun stood up, surprised, and hastily bowed. But I didn't care about stuff like that. I was more concerned with continuing their discussion. I told them I was going to the bathroom, so they let me go. I thought I'd suffocate if I was locked up in that room any longer. I was about to come ask you guys for some water, but then I overheard something pretty interesting.
He had to say that he was going in the bathroom, otherwise Natsuhi would have blown his head straight off.
How would you even suspect Badler? Both of his parents died, and he has like no relation with the family.
No, I mean
He would
literally,
have
like
shown up
anybody
and
who was
killed his
there
family
saw
for
him
no
falling
reason.
to his knees and crying his lungs out. You know, I don't think that could be fake.
I don't know. He's just a good
He
actor.
definitely wouldn't is too incompetent to draw that magic circle as well.
You don't need to bow your heads or anything. Please, let me hear the rest. That just now wasn't really... I've been listening to you for a while. Don't try to hide it now. So I'll ask directly. Who is this Beatrice? She's supposed to be a witch from a kid's story, but it doesn't look that way now. Punctuation. Canon Kun averted his gaze. It was obvious they didn't want to talk about this, which only made me want to ask even more. While making an effort to smile, I grabbed the collar of his shirt.
He just starts choking him.
Last night, this would have been none of my business. But after this morning, everything's changed. Now that Dad and the rest have been killed, this is totally my business. I have the right to listen to the suspicious story, don't I? I glared into Cannon's eyes as he continued to avert his gaze in apparent pain. Since there was a big difference in our heights, Cannon had to stand on his toes, and it looked like it hurt a bit.
Battler-san, please let go of him. Canon-san isn't really hiding anything.
Then you won't have any problem talking about it, right? It's lonely being out of the loop, you know? When I tried to further twist up his collar, Genji-san cut between us and spoke. In his expression were faint traces that he'd made up his mind to do something. Apparently he had no intention of hiding it. I can tell you about it. Cannon only hesitated because you might have taken it badly, Battler-sama.
You see, this is why Genji's the smartest guy in the room. I told you, this guy's wise.
Now Genji's just honorable.
Yeah.
Hesitating, huh? Not very manly of you.
He goes up to the 14-year-old boy like, you need to man
Yeah,
up.
he's 16.
Man up.
No, he's 16, but yeah, no, he couldn't pick up that mulch either.
Yeah.
Or whatever it
And,
is you're talking about, it's even more unpleasant having it kept a secret. Tell me about it. It's not like we have anything better to do before tomorrow comes. A slightly spooky story might be the best way to avoid getting bored. Genji-san and Canon-kun looked at each other, then nodded, as though they decided to talk. Understood.
They can talk the talk, but can they walk the walk?
Please ask us anything.
Oh, perfect.
We will talk. Right. Then I'll ask. Who in the world is Beatrice?
There are 500 million Beatrices in the world. Please decide which one.
All I know is that she's a witch who lives in the forest of Rokujima.
Get a house. You live like this?
She lived like this.
How about I take my motherfucking goddamn covenant, chase you down in the middle of the motherfucking snow? You're running. You see a bunch of us in black cloaks running towards you. See me in a gold cloak. Big, tall, muscular, evil-ass motherfucker running at you. First I start off like this, because I don't need my full speed to catch you. Then I see you start to speed up. Then I start speeding. Then I just go, and I just sick my whole covenant, and they're just chasing you, running at you like wolves in black capes. They tackle you. Run, this is you, right? I'm me, this is you. Tackle you. Grab you. I call over rocks. Sigler. Rocks come from behind you. I have all my covenant cloaks. Ripping off your clothes, your ass
There's
naked,
nothing in
some
there.
stuck. Like this. Just stuck, and they'll hold you there like that.
Imagine me and my covenant. We are cloaked and we chasing you through the
Make the
snow.
snap,
And you trip
Rocks
and
rips off
fall.
his clothing, flops out his BBC Junior on the fucking right ass cheek on the left, while all my covenant cloaks hold you down, and he just forcefully fucks you and chokes you. And you're like, and he just chokes you, busting you, and just humiliate you, and I command my whole cloaks to stand around you and ejaculate bust nuts all over your frozen body while we force you to lay there and freeze in the snow, bitch ass nigga. Suck my dick.
Yeah, it's a great thing that he has such a loyal covenant. They'll follow him and everything. Right.
I've heard it's a story grandmother or someone invented to keep people out of the dangerous forest. Is that wrong? No, it isn't wrong. It's as you say. Beatrice is a witch who dwells in the forest of Rokujima. Badly, Sama. I don't expect you to believe this all of a sudden. But Beatrice Sama exists. She is a real person, the one who gave the master a vast amount of gold and who worked by his side for many years. Huh? Ah, come on. Is grandfather paying you to repeat everything he says?
This guy has like the science brain, you know? He has like the 100% logic pilled. He's not gonna believe it.
I laughed like it was a joke.
That's why Beatrice thinks he's incompetent.
But neither Genji-san nor Ken-kun laughed. Not even Kumasawa Bachan, who was avoiding my eyes, flustered as she started washing the dishes. So unfortunately, I was the only one laughing.
He has to play it off like I'm laughing with you guys, not at you guys.
Painfully, bitterly. I see. That's why Genji-san refused to mention it. If you really mean it, of course I'll take it badly. So you're saying that a person named Beatrice actually exists? Yes. She has been working for the Master since before the mansion was built on this island. She has most likely been working for him even longer than I have. Well, what do you know? Kairi-san's theory was off. Grandfather really did have a confidant called Beatrice. Is that person on the island now? Yes. I believe that she is here. That's a vague way to say it. I guess that means you haven't seen her face today or yesterday. That is correct.
Shannon saw her though.
It is extremely difficult to say, but... Canon-kun once again dropped his gaze, avoiding my eyes.
What?
Come on, don't just stop there. It's like freezing an inch before the blow, right?
Alright. You've had it too good for too long. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Oh. I always
fair,
forget
he's
how much
already
of a mistake
rap
it is to
battle.
drink that water.
Yo, is this the same one from 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's the same one since like forever, and it tastes horrible. It tastes like plastic. But now I'm primed. I urged him on, jokingly again. However, it looked like Ken was still confused as to whether he should speak or not. Then Kumasawa Ba-chan whispered, "Ho ho 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 ho. You cannot see her face, because Beatrice-sama has no form."
She has no... What did you say? Beatrice-sama has no body.
I'm gonna go delete all the pictures of Beatrice. Wait.
She doesn't have a body.
With your body gone.
Therefore, unless Beatrice-sama wishes it, common people like us are not able to see her form.
I have heard that the portrait shows what Beatrice-sama looked like back when she had a human form. Seems he yearned for that figure so much, he would often stand in front of that portrait.
Beatrice-sama sometimes shows herself by changing her form into glittering butterflies. On the rare occasion that you spot them somewhere in the mansion, there is a rule that you absolutely mustn't chase after them. It is whispered that you will meet with disaster if you do. In fact, there was a servant who broke that rule and quit because of a great injury.
What's their name?
Wait a sec, are you kidding me? Are you all serious about this? Badler-sama, Beatrice-sama has already arrived. Such language may be unwise. Beatrice-sama does not like it when she is profaned. If you doubt her existence, you will surely meet with disaster.
I see Beatrice
It's
walking
literally
with
just
a
like,
shotgun.
if you don't believe in her, we're gonna beat the shit out of you.
The servants! Badler gets destroyed by a group of chairs colorized.
Here, move. The Badler-sama.
You probably find this topic unpleasant. But you know what? Beatrice-sama does exist.
She exists. Like a wink. Beatrice-sama hates people who doubt that. Can't you tell, Badler-sama, whoever sang this?
That's canon.
Beatrice-sama has already arrived here.
They're all ganging up on him.
Come on, quit it.
This guy looks like he's about to stick his head in the stove.
I'm weak against that stuff.
Ah, he's pulling that card.
Enough with the cheap threats.
Genji has to go get him the bar of gold. He's actually gonna like poop his pants if he shows him that.
However, there was no trace of a joke in the eyes of the three servants. On the surface, I laughed and tried to look unconcerned, but I was quickly starting to sober up. Their eyes were also sobering up fast.
Badler-san, I beg that you stop profaning Beatrice-san. Please trust me.
Kumasawa was usually cheerful and would always tease people. Now spoke with a totally serious face. Well, even if you say she exists, I don't see anything. Are you trying to say she's standing right next to me or something?
Oh, look at this guy, he doesn't believe. He's like atheist at the zoo waiting for the monkeys to evolve, you know?
Quit joking around. Just then, that unnerving laugh suddenly filled the kitchen.
She's like so serious. She's just has to put the straw hat on.
When I turned around, Maria was standing there by the entrance. But her expression and the feeling about her presence, felt exactly the same as the servants.
Whether your wavelength matches or not is determined at birth. Battler, you were born with a mismatched wavelength. That's why you can't see her. That's why you can't meet with her. And that's why you can't talk to her. You're the type Beatrice hates the most.
Maria laughed like it was funny, but it sounded extremely weird. It was almost like she was laughing at me because I alone didn't understand.
That's exactly what she's doing. Do you want to know about Beatrice? Beatrice is a 1,000-year-old witch. With all of the demons at her command, she can harness the power of alchemy to create the Philosopher's Stone and a vast quantity of gold. Grandfather built up all the vast wealth of the Umineko family by making a contract with her. Yesterday, I read Beatrice's letter, didn't I? That was real. Well, I guess it's pointless for me to try and force you to believe. After all, it looks like you were born without a trace of the sixth sense.
What are you talking about? Witches? Demons? Who told you about that?
I heard it from Beatrice herself.
And Maria kept doing that unpleasant laugh. However, the servants who watched over this didn't even blink.
Because they know that Maria's like the most goated person in the mansion right now.
When this Battler, she heard it from that witch in the portrait adorning the entrance hall. Maria kept on laughing in a weird voice, as though this was nothing more or less than the truth. Maria, it might be rude to ask, but I'll ask one more time, okay? Who gave you that letter yesterday?
I got it from Beatrice. How many times must I tell you before you understand? You don't get it, do you? You can't see it. You can't believe it, can you?
Just then, Maria's laughter suddenly stopped.
Battler, you still don't understand. Beatrice-sama exists.
She exists, you say, but where?
Oh, he's actually malding this time. Like I said, Beatrice-sama exists here. That's right.
That's right. Oh, now that I think about it, I've been feeling for a while now that the servant's eyes haven't been pointed in quite the right direction. I'd figured they were just staring absent-mindedly, but that wasn't the case. The four here, Genji-san, Kennen-kun, Kumasawa-san, and Maria, everyone except me was looking at a spot right behind me. Holding my breath tightly, I slowly looked over my shoulder. Of course, there wasn't anyone there. I've known that the whole time. However, everyone in the room except me was focusing on that spot as if there was someone there.
Beatrice is the mighty golden witch who has lived for 1,000 years. But since she can't show her form to humans of the wrong wavelengths, she can't talk to them. And you know what? That's really sad. It means she truly despises it when people like you, who are born without a fragment of the ability needed to sense magic, deny that she exists. You're lucky, Battler. Good thing I gave you that charm yesterday, right? Don't you realize what kind of curse Beatrice would have put on you by now if you hadn't been carrying it around? You really are lucky, Battler.
Oh, that scorpion keychain.
Uh-oh.
I thought that was just some cheap gift or something. But are you saying it really had some power?
If it weren't for that, you'd be lying in that storehouse as a sacrifice with your face crushed by now. You're so lucky, Badler.
This is the part where Badler like punts Maria. She's making fun of his dead parents. He just like beats the shit out of her.
Don't let this distract you from the fact that her mother also got her head blown
Yeah,
straight
and she
off.
doesn't care. She doesn't care.
I mean, she's literally just being based.
I see. So if it weren't for that, I'd have been killed by now.
No, if Maria got like punted, I don't know. I feel like Badler's arm would like explode or something. Badler, why don't you believe in Beatrice? At the same time, she'd probably just start talking about One Piece.
That's true.
Even though she exists.
Yeah, why do they keep
None
these
of these people seem to
like
believe that she
exist?
actually exists.
Like they keep pointing their fingers in the air and like wagging them like she exists.
Look, right now, over there, take a look, take a nice long gander. Hey, I'll bet you want to believe it now. Believe it. And thank me for giving you that charm. If it weren't for that, you'd be in the storehouse right now. But then maybe you would have saved someone else in exchange, right?
Alright then, I burst into
Oh,
laughter.
the genius
Chesney
Wait, okay, no, yeah, but Badler's, he's turned on his brain again.
playing witches had been pretty fun up until a second ago, but unfortunately that last one seemed to be too much for me to gloss over. Then it's all useless, isn't it, Maria? If that's true, then I'm sorry, but it's all useless. When Maria saw me suddenly start laughing, she stopped. Even though she didn't understand what I was laughing at, she realized it wouldn't be pleasant for her. I thought it might hurt you, so I didn't say it earlier, but... well, I thought I'd put that charm you gave me in my pocket. But I must have dropped it somewhere. So the charm can't be the only reason I'm alive right now. And even though I should have been cursed by the witch, I'm perfectly fine. Sorry, but I don't believe in things I don't see with my own eyes.
Badler's literally gonna be like, he's gonna stop talking when he's looking at Natsumi's door.
Oh, here, they walked it off. Sixth senses? Wavelengths? Magic sensitivity? Sorry, but I don't believe in fake stuff like that.
Okay, that's real.
When I hear the girls in class start talking about how good or bad their ability to sense the supernatural is, it pisses me off.
That's true, that's true.
I don't know how much grandfather is paying you, but if you're trying to talk me into joining some cult, believe me, you won't be able to do it that easily.
Oh, yeah. Badler did turn on base mode. I gotta give him points. Oh, no.
Badler-sama. You guys are free to believe whatever you want. However, when it comes to the things I believe, the one who decides is always me.
I just realized Badler's taking a little too long in the bathroom. And also, how did Maria get here?
She just showed up, I don't know.
Like, did she say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go join Badler in the bathroom? Like,
They can just hear the argument out there.
yeah.
Sorry, but I can't believe in something as shady as Beatrice until I've seen her with my own eyes.
Bro, Beatrice is about to, like, she's gonna, like, knock his ankles out or something.
I spoke forcefully and sharply. Then Maria started cackling again.
Oh, wait, the retort of the century? This debate only gets better and better. Yeah, again. Well, that's just fine, isn't it? Eventually, even people like you with totally mismatched wavelengths will be able to see Beatrice. Very soon, she will revive. Beatrice will revive. Once that happens, she's promised to talk with me and play with me a lot. There will be absolutely no need for you to dull her, or for us to force her to leave. She will appear very soon.
Okay, when she says it like this, it just makes Badler sound right, and this is a cult. Like, like when Beatrice shows up, what's supposed to happen? It's be like, see, she's real. It's like, oh, just some random human showed up, huh? Yeah, I guess you were right.
I mean, when she like points out her finger and like a lightning beam comes out, the glowing green 7-Eleven hot
Well, then he's
dog
gonna be
is
like, oh, nice magic trick, bozo. And he's gonna like pull up his sleeve and pull like flowers.
he takes off his hat and a pigeon comes out.
Yeah, he's gonna start doing magic tricks as well and be like,
Alright.
look at me, I'm a witch.
He's gonna
And
do
then Maria's
science
gonna like
tricks. He's gonna
punching
pull
the
out
air.
like a potion flask and like cause an explosion.
He's gonna pull out the Tesla coils.
Yeah.
After a meal, some people tend to head to the bathroom, while others prefer to relax for a bit. It seemed that several people had left the parlor, just like I did when I went to the kitchen to drink some water. In the end, Aunt Natsuhi reluctantly retracted her order that everyone remain packed into the parlor, on the condition that no one headed out on their own or strayed too far. In any case, if 11 people are shut up in the same room starting early in the morning, the air will start to stagnate. Also, quite some time had passed, so everyone was starting to recover from the shock of that morning, and their sense of danger might have been weakening too. However, it was a certain fact that 6 people had been killed inside this mansion, so no one was completely negligent.
I would be. I'd be cool as a butterfly. Oh snap!
I
Wait.
see my door unlocked.
Uh-oh. Wait. Oh.
Huh?
Ah! I knew this was gonna happen.
What?
No, I got nuked twice.
Huh? Oh no, politics and war?
Yeah.
Ah, shoot.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I forgot to tend to the war. Ah. Okay, let me just.
Oh.
Ah. Let me see. Yeah, this guy's thing sucks anyway. I think air is the best way to get it right. 12 resistance. Yeah, I think I just hit him with a bunch of airstrikes.
So true.
12 times 3.
Break his airs. You know what I mean?
36. Oh. Dude, what the heck? Just do it. This website is being weird right now. I mean, I would hate to lose the war just because I forgot to check it.
Checking.
No, and for some reason my vital defense system didn't even activate, you know?
That's true.
Yeah, because it's only like a half chance. And this guy just got lucky.
Actually, wait, what if I make another account and I just make Rokenjima?
That's gonna be your actual thing. Your
Just the nation of
your
Rokenjima.
nation, yeah. That's not bad. Wait, you know what? Maybe missiles would have been better. Shoot. What do missiles do? I know missiles are 8. Like 18. Yeah, it's not worth it. Grand battle is 10. Naval battle is... Oh shoot, I should have done naval battles. Well, that's fine. I'll do it next time. 14, yeah. Okay, all I need is 7 points. So... I get 1 map every turn. Okay, so... The next turn is at 4 in the morning. I need 7 turns, right? So it's 4 in the morning, then 6, then 8, then 10, and 12 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon. That's when I'll be able to win the war. Okay. Let me rebuild. Let me see. Yeah, I could do that. My capital city has been bombed so many times.
Really?
Okay. But yeah, so no one was completely negligent. Whenever they went onto the hallway for a breath of fresh air trying to act tough, they would quickly get scared of standing there isolated and would eventually return to the parlor. It's like they get the Beatrice jump scare.
I guess it's like the north wind and the sun. If you force someone to stay shut in, they'll resist. But if you tell them to do whatever they want, they'll come back obediently. People really do like not doing what they're told. When the servants finished cleaning up from the meal, they returned obediently to the parlor, just as Aunt Natsume had told them to, and sat on a sofa near the entrance, patiently awaiting orders.
I wouldn't have patiently awaited the orders.
That's true.
Like, think about it. If I'm a servant in this house and that stuff happens, like, I'm gonna start bawling, you know?
That is true.
Like, screw it, we bawl.
Maria, almost as though she had suddenly finished playing witches, had returned to the pure Maria I knew well, saying ooh ooh.
This guy's just ignorant. He doesn't want to recognize the fact that Maria's real.
No, because witches aren't real. Like, it doesn't make sense.
That is true.
Like, are you telling me magic circles are real?
No, you're right, they're not. They can't be. $170 plus 180.
$350.
$763 plus 200. You see, that's a large amount of money.
963?
No, 763 plus 200.
Yeah, 963.
Yeah. No, so here's the deal, right? 963. It's like the American inner argument, you know? Like, should I buy 2 guns and spend more money? Or should I just hold off, like should I buy a cheap gun and then later buy a more expensive gun? Or should I just save all my money now and then get the more expensive gun, you know?
Why were you buying a gun? What do you mean?
What?
are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, nothing but 2 revolvers is better than 1.
No, I wanna I'll buy another revolver when I'm 21. When I'm 21.
Uh-uh.
But yeah, I wanna. Well, here I am on tape saying this, right? but
Sure. You want a bill? That is. Oh. Mm. Mm.
anyway. Yes.
What in the world happened back there? I hadn't felt even an atom of the presence of this person called Beatrice, who was supposedly standing behind me invisible. However, it felt like I'd glimpsed a little of that presence inside Maria.
You're right. When Maria starts talking about witches, her personality changes.
You didn't even say that out loud.
He just read his mind. Well, look, hon. You also saw it down by the beach yesterday, right?
You mean that scorpion keychain? No, I don't mean like when her feelings were hurt. I'm talking about her having a dual personality or something. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that happens sometimes too. That thing Maria did when she was talking about the magic circle does happen every now and then. It's freaky though.
Apparently, Jessica had spotted that Maria a few times. I just happened to catch it at a bad moment, and was pretty freaked out seeing it for the first time. So what is that? Does Maria have a dual personality or something? Or are you saying that her spiritual sense really is that strong and she's being possessed by a spirit or whatever?
No, I don't think it's that. Haven't you ever experienced it? When you were small, didn't you ever want to be someone other than yourself?
When humans are born, no one has any individuality. However, when they reach their growth period, their sense of self starts to be born. They want to be different from other people. But since everyone else in their class is learning the same things at the same rate and being forced into the same lifestyle, of course they aren't going to find anything that makes them different from everyone else around them. Once they realize that, the first thing they do is to start breaking the rules in what's called their rebellious stage. Since everyone else follows the rules, they want to show off their individuality by breaking them. So even those who try to act tough, mocking everyone around them and calling them childish, can actually be viewed as cute kids searching for themselves, if you look at it this way. Well, I'm lecturing about all this like I'm so smart, but I actually got it secondhand from George Aniki from Ben. I myself was one of those embarrassing guys who thought it was cool to act like a little bastard. Well, that was when I was at the age where you try to show off for the opposite sex.
The main feature of the growing period lies in an impulse to break away from your life as a kid. Like a chick trying to crack open the shell of their egg. Do you know what makes children and adults different?
Age? Or do you mean size?
No, it's experience. That's the same thing as age. Adults can look down on children because children have very little life experience. The reason they snort at everything children say is because they think kids know nothing about the real world. Yeah, I understand that. When you're a kid, you talk like you got life all figured out somehow, trying to act like an adult. No matter what kids say, adults just snort at them and say they're too naive, or that they'll understand when they get older or something. Well, it's probably true, but to a kid it's just annoying, like they're being looked down upon.
I get it. It's a question of knowledge and experience. Well, I guess you're right that there's no reason to respect a person for their age if they've just wasted their lives.
Therefore, during the period when they try to separate themselves from other children, they also try to take on personality traits different from those around them. And if knowledge and experience is what separates kids and adults...
I get it. If they know something no one else knows, it becomes part of their identity.
You know, when I was in elementary school, I learned things no one else knew. Get things no one else had, wear things no one else wore, and became a bit of a hero for it. I'll bet you've done the same thing, Dadler.
Yeah. There was definitely an age when I wanted to excel in some skill or other. I see, so that's because I was trying to separate myself from being a child. Or going through my growing period, in other words.
If you put a positive spin on it, the growing period forces you to separate yourself from others, thereby pushing you to gain skills and knowledge no one else has. This is also interesting from a sociological standpoint, because people hate being like everyone else. They try to learn skills other people don't know. This way society can acquire the broad range of skills it needs to survive. The equality of the gods. Programming is truly surprising. Equality.
Well, unique personality traits can also be negative, right? Like if, say, everyone in the class was studying hard, but I was the only one slacking off, trying to stand out. Okay, that last bit really was true about me. It's only recently that I've been able to thank the middle school teacher who slapped me after school. But, well, I try to jump over things no one else could. Sprint as fast as I could, trying to lap those guys with good grades when we did a marathon. I just felt like doing it. It was in my nature that if I couldn't study well, then at least I could get back at them by exercising. I see, so I really did go through a proper growing period.
I guess boys really do tend to focus more on physical stuff. But you know, girls of the same age tend to focus more on mental, spiritual things. I'll bet there were groups of girls in your classes that got really interested in fortune telling and their spiritual senses.
Yeah, there were. They'd come over asking me for my sign and my blood type, and then they'd laugh like, I thought so. It really got on my nerves. No matter which class you go, girls like fortune telling. Deciding whether your spirit sense is strong or weak, what your sensitivity is, whether you can see the unseeable, that kind of thing definitely happened to me.
That's because fortune telling and spiritual senses are things that aren't taught in school. To girls who tend to be more introverted, it's a genre that's easy to build an identity upon, and one that holds a lot of interest for them. Just like how boys enter their growing period and start acting tough and rebel against adults. When girls enter their growing period, they start getting interested in that kind of thing. Well, I didn't though.
So Maria having so much interest in the occult isn't that rare among girls her age. Even if we accept that, I wonder if it explains that creepy dual personality thing. Actually, I think I probably could accept that explanation more or less.
As you just said, becoming an adult means gaining knowledge and experience. So to gain that, it's necessary for children to learn all sorts of things and break free from childhood. However, there are certain convenient delusions that you see often in the world of children, both now and in the past. Do you know what I mean? You see it all the time in manga and anime, right? It's kind of like that. Like you've got memories from a previous life that start to resurface. Like you're being possessed by the soul of the great something or whatever.
Could it be that a sleeping gene gets awakened? Or maybe a sealed power or memory returns? There's all kinds. For some reason, stuff like that's really popular at that age. Why is that?
All of those examples you've just mentioned are illusions that let children immediately add to their some knowledge and experience. A 9-year-old girl says she has a 1,000-year-old witch possessing her. Then she gains a 1,009-year-old identity. So basically, studying is annoying. But these delusions are convenient for people who want to brag about having a skill no one else has. Maybe even people around here.
So you could brag about something without having to work hard or study. I see. Isn't that a kid's greatest dream?
Furthermore, in their desire to separate themselves from being kids, they always protect an image of their ideal self from the past. It's not rare for that desired self to become an alternate personality. Even you, Battler-kun, probably had a slightly different personality at home and at school, right? Even you, Battler-kun, probably had a slightly different personality at home and at school, right? It'd probably be embarrassing if your friends at school saw how you were at home.
Me and my covenant chasing me through the woods.
Yeah.
Oh. I wish
Probably be embarrassing.
I was as good as low-tier god in making speeches up on the spot.
So in other words, I'm changing my personality depending on the situation.
Don't do that.
It's just like a save angle. Hello. Hello, hello.
Oh.
Dustman.
Yeah? Oh, I thought you were... Oh, right. No, I heard you
Is
saying...
this like a save angle?
No, I heard you saying, like, hello, hello. I thought you were getting a phone call.
You're not my boy, best friend.
I was like, oh, my fault. Let me let him talk. Pick up the phone, baby.
I already did.
Yeah, okay.
I think you're like falling asleep again.
No, yeah, no. I heard... It's like... I wasn't asleep, like, yesterday. I was kind of just, like, distracted asleep. And I heard you, like, hello, hello, hello. And I thought you were picking up the phone.
Sure.
Like, I thought you got a phone call.
Are you trying to say having multiple personalities is actually really common?
Well, yeah, everybody knows that you put on a mask when you go places.
Yeah, no
That's
one
what the
acts the
mask is
same way
for.
they do on Discord with their parents.
Yeah. A girl who's a fan of the occult may say she's being possessed or awakened. Honestly, there are some kids who change their personality so much it's creepy. And some boys who do it too, right?
Are you one of the boys that do it?
Guys who say they've blown their top and suddenly turn into some overplayed violent character. I'll bet they think it's pretty cool, but it's painful to watch.
Let's sum this all up. So you're saying that even if a girl about Maria's age shows a creepy second personality like she did a minute ago, it isn't such a rare, unusual thing.
Simply put, that's right. Identity is an important factor when building up one's sense of self. If you make fun of it, it could actually cause children to go back into their shells. So it's important to go along with them to some degree.
Nanaki, I can't believe you're single. Oh, as a gut punch. You sound like you've already raised kids through middle school. So I wonder if Aunt Rosa also knew much about Maria's dual personality.
I was just checking if we reached an hour yet. Let me see.
Yeah, for a while now.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago. Let's at least make it like 10 more minutes. She knew about it. Just between us, Aunt Rosa really hated it. She said it was unpleasant and that Maria was becoming increasingly isolated from the rest of the class. So anytime Maria started talking about the occult or laughing like a witch, she'd slap her.
It's not cool to slap people.
And then it looks like Maria stopped talking that way in front of her.
Maybe that thing back there was just a little game from a girl facing her growing period. Just a girl trying to show that she was different and independent by holding interest in witches and the occult. And since she wanted to be different from herself, young as she was switching between her normal personality and the personality of her ideal. At first, I'd found that very disturbing. After being lectured to by George on the key, it felt like this was a path everyone walked down at one time or another. I haven't told anyone, but when I was in kindergarten, I joined up with a little gang of kids trying to form an Earth Defense Force, saying we'd help protect peace on Earth. My face turns red when I remember how, during what we called battle practice, we would chant EDF, EDF. Just like usual, Maria was relaxing.
I mean, yeah, she's out here just lounging. Not watching One Piece right now, probably, but having a good time in dinner. Oh wait, she is watching One Piece.
In the TV, ooh-oohing and laughing just like any girl her age. But on the inside, another personality, that of the ideal witch she respected and blindly accepted, was sleeping. But that wasn't anything extraordinary. It was perfectly natural for a girl of her age. I've calmed down a little. The shock from my bizarre experience in the kitchen just now is fading away. If I hadn't talked to Aniki and Jessica, I might still be frightened by the idea that an invisible witch is standing right behind me. What about the servants?
Yeah, he just went up to them to get his mind poisoned.
However, can I really accept that as an explanation for what happened back there? No, you can't, the servants. If it had just been Maria, I could have explained it as the fickle delusions of a growing girl. But Genji-san, Kanon-kun, and Kurosawa-bachan had also been there. None of them had denied what Maria said. They silently accepted that Beatrice exists. I was starting to feel a little uneasy. Aunt Ava's position was that no 19th person existed, that the crime was an inside job tied to the family closed. On the other hand, Aunt Natsumi's position was that the culprit was hiding somewhere outside the mansion. So she rejected the possibility of an inside job and supported the idea that a 19th person existed. And in the kitchen, Maria and the servants had also supported the idea of a 19th person. But according to them, this 19th person isn't human. They said it was an invisible witch carrying out some mysterious plan. Is there a 19th person or not? And is the culprit human or a witch? For some reason, I couldn't just laugh off any of those possibilities. Not even the most ridiculous story about the witch. Jessica? All I know about the story of the witch is that the adults made it up to keep the kids too scared to enter the forest.
Let me see real quick. You want to keep going to see if we can get to a glass break?
Yeah, I don't know how close that would be.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, I don't know if it'll be 10 minutes or if it'll be 30 minutes.
That's true.
And we just got some music.
That's true. We did just get some new music.
What do you say?
I got my boy.
I mean, it's up to you.
Free my boy Quan here.
I mean, I feel good right now, but I'm like, I feel one way, but obviously I am very slow, so.
Very what?
I'm slow.
Hey, no, you're not slow. You're as quick as the rest of the class.
You're just special.
Okay.
Like, don't let anybody bring you down.
You're handy capable.
Yeah. You're like a handyman. You're like Handy Mandy. So what if you gotta wear a baseball helmet instead of a little hard hat? Doesn't make you any different.
You hear it? Oh, you see.
The glass break, whenever you. It wasn't blue now.
That's for loading. No, but it makes a deeper glass breaking sound when you're actually like in the save load screen. Yeah. All right, let's get out of here. Why is it on Ben? That's the same thing.
I don't know how long chapter 1 is, or episode 1.
Episode 1. Isn't it like a million hours per episode?
No, it's like the whole thing is supposed to be 200 hours.
Okay. Well, I mean, episode 1 is gonna end like before Beatrice appears, right?
Probably.
Well, probably. Like, I don't think she's
Or it
gonna.
might end when she appears.
Yeah.
Obviously, she has to appear before the storm clears, and they just leave.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, it's probably gonna be there for like another day. Like the day that they're in right now, and then maybe one more.
Yeah.
But I feel like this episode will probably end by the end of either this day or the next day. Anyway.
It's gonna take like 2 years to finish it.
Huh? Oh yeah. I mean, if we get on every night, and like I actually sleep in the morning, because the thing is today I woke up like at 7, right? So it's like when I wake up early, I start falling asleep at night, you know.
That's true.
But if I like wake up late and get a full night's rest, then I can actually go on for a good while. So then we just have to do that, I guess. Do it together.
It's
But
true.
yeah, if anything, well, thanks for tuning in. YB Game. We'll catch you later.